Normally for sleigh bells like this, I use medium to large bell pins. And what I mean by a large bell pin is actually one that's about this size. But for these large bells, the Edwin Sellers bell and the three largest Robert Wells bells, I had to make even larger bell pins, so I had to put those together today. I make all of these bell pins out of brass wire with just a special round-nosed needle nose pliers, so I can adapt them to whatever I want to do. In addition to that, because the bell pin, the shanks on the bells are so large, I'm also going to be using a little spacer too. So there's a little prep work to these, even though they're pretty humble little pieces and they aren't very visible. So to install that, I slip the bell into its slot on the bell strap, and then slip the spacer, and I'm going to put the tapered end facing up because I want that to follow the curve of the leather. And it gets to be a bit of a tussle here, making everything fit the way I've done this. I want this to be a snug fit because I don't want this leather to go sliding around. I want it to be nice and firm so it'll stay looking good for as long as possible. So now I have the spacer in place, and what's left of the shank is still sticking out. Still a pretty large hole, I think you can see that. So now I'm going to put this extra super large bell pin through and install it per normal. And that's how the whole shebang looks when it's all done. And we feed this through the last pair of slots to fix the bell in place. And then I'll show you again. So from the side, if you look, you can see the little spacer inside this, but it doesn't really jump out at you. Now to finish this strap, I need to install the hanging ring, fold this over the ring and fasten it in the back, and then we're done. Here's the finished strap. It's just a bit under 48 inches long. 13 bells, many of whom are UK bells from the late 1700s to early 1800s. I stitched the edges of the straps to spiff it up a little bit. There's an awful lot of leather at the bottom end of this piece, and it just needed something more to dress it up a little bit, make it more visually interesting.